I'm going to show you how to do a character style. Now, character styles are different than paragraph styles in the sense that they are just to be used when we are applying a style just to like a single word, or say within a paragraph, a sentence. So you can apply a character style within a paragraph style, um, and you can just have them independent as well. So um, but it's just to be used for like, not for an entire paragraph, but like words or sentences within a paragraph style, or just kind of one-offs. Now, actually, I'm gonna make the swatch, because I kind of want to use the swatch color to make the style. Okay, so Pantone Coded 646. So I'm gonna make a new swatch. I'm going to go new here. I like to do new here because it automatically pops up. So color type is going to be spot, and the color mode is going to be Pantone Plus Solid Coded. These are all other Pantone color systems that are all valid. They're all important. Cmyk Coded is just a different way of picking or numbering the Pantone colors. The two most common systems are these two bottom ones. I don't know why they don't put them at the top, because they're actually the most common ones. And these are all kind of relevant to the book that you use. So if I'm looking at like a Pantone color swatch book, so if obviously you are not going to have one of these, or very few of you are going to have one of these. So these colors are represented in the Pantone color swatch book. And you'll see this is like the formula guide, coded, uncoded. And you'll see that those numbers, 4057C. So C is the coded color, as opposed to where's like an uncoded. So here would be the coded and the uncoded. So when you're picking an uncoded, see there's the CMYK, and if I zoomed in on this one, those numbers would actually be a little bit different than the other swatch book I'm referring to. If I can zoom in a bit here, you can see, not gonna, mess this all up. See what happens when I do that. So if I click on here, there's just a different numbering system. So the CMYK is going to have just different numbering. So the most common one is going to be this formula guide, the coded and the coded, and that C is representing the word C, or coded, for coated paper, which is kind of shiny or has that kind of coating on it, and U would be for uncoded, which has like a more flat color, or a flat kind of appearance, and so color looks different on it when it's printed. So we always signify if we want coded or uncoded Pantone color, because they're actually formulated slightly different depending on the type of paper you're using. So back to InDesign. So when I pick a color mode, I'm going to go Pantone Plus Solid Coded, and if I'm just really lazy, I can get that 646. I can also obviously try to locate it in this big long list, or I can just paste 646, and hopefully when I press, oh, it just didn't automatically jump to it. We have to just type it in, 646. Oops, I have to do it kind of quickly. 646. Okay, there's that 646 coded. I'm just going to add it, and then you'll see it pop up in my color swatch window. If I want to add more Pantone colors, that's what I would do it here. I'm only going to add one, so I'm just going to press done. I'm going to click on the CC library window to get rid of that. It automatically generates that, which I don't need. Now this is when I might want to then apply that actual Pantone color to that paragraph style. And now, because I've changed the paragraph style, it's saying there's an error. So I'm going to go up here to the hamburger and redefine it. And now all that, why does it keep doing that? All that instances. Oh, I don't have that style. Oh, I didn't do that right somehow. I have to redefine it. Redefine it. There. Now that's will be all the instances that header will update to that Pantone color. Okay, so I want to make a character style. So that is, I'm going to change a character or a word within a paragraph style. So I might do it for, like, say, for instance, love to play. I might make it that swatch color. I might actually make it a different font. Let's do that. Let's make it bold. And so now every time I see love to play in this document, I might want to make it that character style. So I don't have to set it up. So character styles, just like we've done with paragraph styles. Now the pop-up is slightly different. It has less functionality, but it's very similar in the sense like I don't have hyphenations here. I don't have, anything to do with alignment. I don't have anything to do with like drop caps and what, because it's just like a simplified version of the paragraph style. So I'm going to call it, don't call it love to play, but actually just, I always think it's ideal to base the name based upon the style. So I'm just going to call it bold. Now the reason, I'll show you why the reason I do that as opposed to like calling it love to play text, because say I want a different different text within the document to be bold. Like if it's not obvious what the style represents. So maybe it's like bold Pantone, what is it? The PMS 646. And then if I apply it, so now when I go love to play, I can just apply that pen. Now, what is cool about character styles is if I want to make a bold instance within a different paragraph style, look what it does. It does automatically. So it doesn't actually necessarily change it. So, okay, this style I made, which was love to play, and it's a 10-point text, but see when I do it in any other paragraph style, it actually doesn't change the size of the font, which is super cool. That's like, yeah, there you can have a love to play here. If I want this one to go back, I can just go none. This one could go none. So it maintains the paragraph style, but it changes the character style. So that's super handy. If I can also do at this point, I can do a fine change. Where is it now? I always forget where it is. Where is the fine change? They don't call it fine change in InDesign. What do they call it again? There it is. Oh, it is fine change. So if I wanted, say, for instance, love to play. Now I don't want to change the text to anything else. I just want it to be love to play, but I want actually to change the font to, change it to a different character style. Look, if I just click here or click here, I actually can click here. Click here within that field or click here, and this pop-up will appear, and this is where I can change it to that style. So I'll just actually, what I'll do is, so you can see this in action better. Put this here, make that none. Okay, make this, change this back to, back to no character style. Okay, where is it? Something's not working here, so I'm going to go clear overrides. Did I not? Oh, weird. It's not really working. I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to go clear overrides here. Okay, so if I do a fine change, I can also do a fine change based upon, I'm actually going to do, I can change the formatting to the character style. So watch this in action. It's really cool. Press OK, and then change all. There's 4 replacements. Look, isn't that cool? So every instance I had love to play, it automatically changed it to that character style. I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to go escape and Control Z to not do that. But I do maybe want it here, and then that's the character style. Okay. I just thought it was kind of too much throughout the entire document. Press W to kind of see what it looks like. You know, there's some spacing issues here still, but let's just kind of leave it at that for now because I want to start getting some images in here and placing some other objects in here so we can start to make it look a little bit less just text-based. But last but not least, I do want to change one of these styles because I see in my subhead style that I have a hyphenation and I cannot stand hyphenations. So I can either just double click on the style here and in hyphenations, deselect hyphenate and do it there and press OK. And it should automatically generate no hyphenations. I can also do it in my paragraph and uncheck hyphenate. But now I've changed the style, so then I have to go back and redefine it. Alternatively, there's hyphenations in the control hamburger. So there's always many different ways to do the same thing over and over again. So just be aware that that is always going to be, there's going to be lots of different ways to do the same thing. Okay, so I just want to get rid of that. So in the next video, we're just going to start placing some images in there and getting it looking a little bit more brochure-y.